Welcome back to the show. This summer, Aloma Jess stepped down after leading the Laurel girls soccer program for over 2 decades. Enter Tom Mack, the former boys varsity coach and father to star forward Maya Mack. Together, the two hope to lead the Lady Locos to their 4th straight title in 5 years.
I remember in the summer, he was asking me if I wanted him to coach or not, and I kind of had mixed feelings because he's been my coach for since ever I can remember. And so I told him no. I was like, we're gonna fight too much, blah, blah, blah.
A couple months later, Maya decided to change her mind, understanding her dad was the right person to keep a winning tradition alive in Laurel.
I think the key is what she can do to make the team have that experience, that in 10 years she can go, Dad, it was great with you for those couple of years, but we won 2 state championships as a team.
Maya says Tom's background with Laurel Storm club soccer made the transition an easy one.
So we show up to practice and we know what to expect because he's been the same coach and done the same things, do the same drills, and just get through practice as best as we can.
While it may be familiar for the team, the father and daughter are still working out the new dynamic on the pitch and at home.
When one player says, hey Dad, and another player has no dad here, what do we do? So it's been a message that we've talked about between us at our own home to say, when I'm a coach on the field, I'm your coach.
He just tells me to calm down, play the game, and I'll just shake my head at him, kind of a little upset, but then it all ends up working out because if he gets mad, I just get mad and I play a little better, I think.
And what about Mom, who's watching all of this play out in the stands?
That's the greatest part concerning Cammie is she's really a laid-back personality. She doesn't get too high or too low. Sometimes she looks at me and says, would you just stop?
To watch the game and she's not as worried, but I think she's also a little relieved that he's not yelling in the stands, now he's yelling on the sideline.
I'd say it's going well so far. 8 matches in, Laurel is undefeated and Maya leads the state with 28 goals and counting.
So far it's been awesome. A couple times he's got on me a little bit, but it's for a good reason, so far it's going pretty good.
And speaking of the Lady Locos, Chris Byers joins me in studio now, and this week they get their first true test taking on the Billings Central Rams. Over the last 2 decades, how's it been to watch the evolution of these powerhouses?
Well, it's incredible. It was all Billings Central for years and years and years under Lori Sturgar from 2008 to 2013, 6 consecutive state titles. Laurel jumps the party in 2014, and since then, last 6 years, Laurel, Billings Central in the championship, each team winning 3 times. So Laurel a little late to the party when you go back 20 years, but these 2 teams are definitely the class of soccer in Class A, and they did it with new coaches. Lori Sturgar steps down, Jess Loma steps down, plug in a new coach, keep right on winning. Yeah,
they seem to just keep reloading every year. Let's switch to college football now, and the FCS has been really well represented in the first 2 weeks of non-conference play, just upsetting FBS schools. Do you think this is something we're going to see more of?
Yes, absolutely. Transfer portal, drop downs, you name it. The parity is there. 10 FCS teams upsetting Division I schools already. 4 in the Big Sky. Davis got the win over Tulsa. Montana, of course, beat Washington. Then you've got Northern Arizona upsetting Arizona. So yeah, you're going to see this over and over and over again. It's going to play itself out. Just a lot more parity in college football moving forward.
Yeah, you look at the defensive backs from Montana, almost all of them are from the Pac-12.
Yeah.
But finally down to high school, AA is looking just kind of like a gauntlet. A lot of the 3-1 teams, Missoula Sentinel, still unbeaten. They beat Glacier and West. Yeah. What can the fans really take away from these first few weeks of the season?
A little of something, I guess, because, Sentinel for years, Missoula, it was an afterthought. All 3 schools not competitive. Then Sentinel all of a sudden came out of nowhere and became the dominant program over the last year and again this year, and they've got those 2 quality wins already. But yes, like you said, a lot of 3-1 teams. I think a lot's going to happen in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of those 3-1 teams, Billings Senior and CMR, good for the wrestlers, just getting a few wins under their belt. That's 3 questions. We're done. We'll be right back after this.